He's back.
Mr.
Kevin McConaughey.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
See you, man.
Likewise. Well, it's 5:30. Let's go ahead and get this started here. It's now 5:30. This is the public hearing for the fiscal year 2023 Community Development Block Grant Program for the City of Menneson, PA. Today is Thursday, July the 20th, and it's 5:30. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Could you read the ad for us, please?
Yes, I can. Okay, the notice is hereby given by the City of Menneson that a public hearing will be held on Thursday, July 20th, 2023 at 5:30 p.m. prevailing time in the Menneson City Council Chambers at City Hall located at 575 Donner Avenue, Menneson, PA 15062. The Menneson City Hall is accessible to the physical disabled persons requiring special accommodations to participate in the hearing may call Ms. Cheryl Gordon, City Clerk, at 724-684-9000, extension 101. Persons with hearing and/or speech impairments may contact the city through the PA Telecommunications Relay Service at 1-800-654-5984 or dial 711. The purpose of the public hearing is to discuss the Community Development Block Grant, CDBG program in general, the needs of the City of Menneson, and the city's performance under the previously funded CDBG program years. In accordance with the PA Act 179 dated October 11th, 1984, PL 906, number 179, the PA Department of Community and Economic Development, DCED, has allocated to the City of Menneson $307,965 in fiscal year 2023 Community Development Block Grant, CDBG funds, for the state's CDBG entitlement grant from the U.S. Department of HUD. At least 70% of the available funds must be used for activities which principally benefit low and moderate income persons. The Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development, DCED, set a date of submission for the fiscal year 2023 applications as October 27th, 2023. In preparation for funding, the city will conduct a public hearing on the housing, community development, and economic development needs of the City of Menneson. The following types of activities may be eligible for funding under the CDBG program: water and sewer line replacements and improvements, housing rehabilitation, new construction of affordable housing, construction and reconstruction of public community facilities, recreational facilities, public services that are a new or a quantified increase in the level of service, street and road improvements, historic preservation, the removal of architectural barriers, economic development, acquisition and relocation, clearance and demolition of property, costs to dispose of real estate, general administrative costs, planning, audit, environmental clearance, and the preparation of the application. If the city would undertake the acquisition, demolition, and/or rehabilitation of residential properties that could result in displacement of families or individuals, then the city's policy for minimizing such displacement would be in effect. The city is responsible for replacing all low and moderate income housing units that may be demolished or converted as a result of the use of CDBG funds. All interested residents are encouraged to attend and will be afforded the opportunity to give oral testimony at the public hearing and/or to present written comments concerning the needs of the City of Menneson, eligible CDBG program activities, and how the CDBG program may address those needs. Written comments may be addressed to the attention of Mrs. Cheryl Gordon, City Clerk, 575 Donner Avenue, Menneson, 15062, or by calling 724-684-9000, press 101, or via email at cgordon@cityofmenison.com. Honorable Ron Moser, Mayor of City of Menneson.
At this time, I'd like to have a pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. you want to continue, or do you want me to read
It doesn't matter, either
You're
way.
doing such a great job.
Ed, if you would like to sign in, and there's an agenda up here if you would like, please. Okay, the purpose of this public hearing is to discuss the Community Development Block Grant CDBG program in general. The city will receive $307,965 in the fiscal year 2023 CDBG funds from the PA Department of Community and Economic Development. Applications are due electronically to DCED by using the single application format by Friday, October 27th, 2023. The city must conduct a public hearing to determine local needs for community development, housing, public service, and economic development. Residents, organizations, agencies, etc. are given the opportunity to participate in the planning process. The city's performance under previous CDBG program years was discussed. Okay, the program guidelines, and then we'll have ready for comments after. The city must prepare an application which outlines its plan on how it will spend the fiscal year 2023 CDBG funds. Funds may be used for eligible activities such as water and sewer line replacement and improvements, housing, rehabilitation, new construction of affordable housing, construction, reconstruction of public community facilities, recreational facilities, public services that are a new or quantified increase in the level of service, street and road improvement, historic preservation, the removal of architectural barriers, economic development activities, acquisitions and relocations, clearance and demolition of property, cost to dispose of real estate, general and administrative costs, planning, audit, environmental reviews, and the preparation of the application. At least 70% of the projected activity costs must benefit low and moderate income persons. A maximum of 18% may be used for administrative costs. A maximum of 30% of the projected costs may be spent on demolition and clearance costs. All activities must meet one of the three national objectives of the CDBG program. Principally benefit low and moderate income persons, removal of slum and blighted conditions, and activities having an urgent need.
At this time, I'd like to invite the public to come up and give their comments, suggestions, and so forth.
Okay.
Please give us your name and address.
Yes, my name is Gregory Davis, live at 212 Ross Traver Street in Menneson. I'm just here for the firemen. We can get the funding for them. They need those radios, was said. They need the radios real bad. So I'm just really here to support the firemen on the radios.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm glad to see there's 3 members here of council. That's good. The CB money, I understand. You could also use it for fixing roads, paving roads, potholes.
No, you can use it for building new roads or repaving roads, but
Yeah.
not fixing potholes.
Okay, well, you could pave over a whole new road.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. There's like a couple roads that need, one up here where the church is, where they're gonna have the festival with that Catholic church on top of the hill. That road there, that connects that
Evergreen.
segment to the cemetery. That's bad. It's like going over minefields. And the other thing is, too bad Tony's not here. Do you know how much money's left from last year, the CB?
We get a statement of that periodically.
Yeah, but how much do you got, sir?
200,000, 250,000.
So you got 250. And then we got 241 from the art, from the COVID. So you got about $500,000.
But you can't use it
guys-
all for that.
No, but you got something to work
We-
with
We already have, a good portion of that earmarked to Third Street.
Yeah.
for Third Street.
Yes.
Which one? The Kovic one?
The
No, the
CDBG money.
CDBG.
So Third Street's gonna get, is there gonna be anything left? Because I understand that the last administration got a estimate of $46,000 to do that road up there where the church is connecting the cemetery. You got 46,000 left?
No.
Not from
No,
that. They're
No,
gonna use
There's
all,
nothing
we're gonna
left.
use it
That'll
all
all
up
be
on Third
used.
Street.
yeah, that'll all be used.
We actually had a meeting last week to,
72,000.
transfer 72,000 from the 2021 to help, cover the balance of Third Street.
Okay, so all we got to work with is just the 240, just the 240, what the gentleman just told me?
No, 307,000.
We're looking at the 307 for next year now.
That's what this
Yeah, I
one
know,
is
it's
for.
next
Also,
The
year.
rest
just to
of it's
add-
already been spent.
Just to add, I don't
What,
think
the
that,
307 spent?
No.
Okay.
just to add, Ernie, apologize, but I don't think that street's eligible for the funding because there's no housing on that road. It's just,
No.
it's between two cemeteries.
Yeah, but there's no money, I mean, there's nobody up there with money, they're all dead in the cemetery. So you could
Yeah,
use that,
yeah, they could use-
okay, I mean,
Well,
technically.
that might consider maybe
Yeah.
low income, since
Yeah,
there's.
I would-
Yeah, that's
They
right.
have none. No,
Well,
Yeah.
Well, but, the last estimate 2 years ago was 46,000, that's what I
Yeah.
heard. So it might be around 50, so, but, one other thing. I don't know you, so, I just wanna ask you, what is your handle on how you're going to, proceed here in Menneson?
Well, so I work at, so my name is Gavin O'Connor. I work with Urban Design Ventures. We're the city's CDBG consultant. So every year we do the applications, we do the environmental reviews for these activities so we can use these funds. Really what we do is we just listen to the city and any comments from the city public. This first public hearing is really just exactly what you're doing, to just solicit information from the public and just have feedback and eligible activities. I can look into the eligibility of Evergreen Road. Is that correct road or?
Is that the name of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can look into the eligibility of it. It has to meet, as like a street reconstruction project, it has to meet the low mod area benefits.
Because
So it has
usually
to-
I cut through there to water the plants at the cemetery. and
Mhm.
It's like, I have something else to ask you. You're in contact with Walter that used to do this?
Yes, I'm sorry, Walter had a previous engagement, so I had
Yeah.
to come in his seat, yeah.
So you do work with?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm his assistant.
Okay, I thought
yeah.
you replaced him.
No,
No.
Okay, that's why.
no.
He
Walt's
worked-
not gonna retire.
He works with Walt.
Yeah.
Okay. And one last question. The council, they could also, give you guys guidelines, or you override the council? How does it work?
No, so if the council had a project, they would tell us the project and we would see if it's eligible and we would give them feedback and maybe how to make the project eligible. Maybe
Okay.
we'd have to revise, say if there was a street reconstruction project and it was a few blocks, maybe one of the blocks isn't eligible, so we have to do maybe 2 out of 3, something like that.
Okay, that's all, because like I said, I haven't saw you before. Anybody else?
Thank you, Ernie.
Try to make this short.
This is concerning safety issues.
Tell us who you are first.
Oh, Claudia Miller, and what do you need?
Your address?
I'm at 1562 Meadow Avenue, but this is not concerning, this is the East Gate area, because we have a house there too, my mother's house.
Okay.
I've lived there for years. But it's about the hillsides eroding up there. And there's 2 ways to get up on the hill across from Keystone Bakery in the Eastgate section up there on the hill. So you have Manown Street and then you have Rebecca Street. And to the left of that, you have Myrtle that runs around into Page Street. Well, there, the roadsides are beginning to erode, which is creating a real issue because it's safety. If you go too near that, you're over the hill down to 906 or you're on Tyrrell. And that was scary years ago, but now it's even worse. And not only that is, that's the main thing, and it's low income up there and low mid-income homes up there. So those people have no other access except if you go up Rebecca Street And that's kind of an issue too. But the main thing is that because in Rebecca Street, there, one of the, near the top, there was a gentleman fell into a sewer there and died within, this was a few years ago. And so they fixed that area up real bad. But those roads are getting bad, but the hillside's eroding, which is creating a problem for Charles Street up on top of the hill. And that's where our house is. And across the street, it's going straight down. Now they have some posts up there from 1972. I remember when they put them in because somebody almost went over the hill in the ice. But now it's eroding more. So I don't know how the issue of the erosion is being going to be handled, because I don't know how much longer that could go like that. And, people come around the corner, and next thing you know, they're over the hill. They're over that quarry. It was like a stone quarry. You're over the hill down into Rebecca Street. So I think you addressed the issue of the housing there on Manown.
Yeah.
The one's almost ready to fall over right on the corner there. So I think if that was addressed, especially the safety issues of that. And that's all I have.
Thank
for
you so
now.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia.
Delmar Heppel, 1821 Service Lane, Menneson, Municipal Fire Chief. I can't believe it's been a year already, but it has been. I stood here a year ago and said that I'm not naive to believe that you were going to give me $250,000 to buy all my radios. But we figured we would nip away at it and to give me a better chance of keeping everybody safe on the fire ground. And if anyone is ever, if you have a radio app on your phone and you've been listening to any of the fires that we've had lately, we're getting handed some pretty big ones. Yesterday being no exception. I couldn't imagine yesterday, with what I had going on with a fully involved house fire, searching the remainder of the house for possible occupants without having communication. And if anyone ever gets to listen to that, an audio of that, I suggest you do so, then maybe you'll realize what it is that goes on and how chaotic it could be for a while until we get things under control. But what I'm asking tonight is that you consider that we continue our venture, and if we can do the same allotment that we did this year, which was $50,000. I believe it was 45 that I asked for. 45 radios, portable radios, would put me in a good position. We're at about the 20 mark. So if we could do another 13 radios, I'm hoping to keep that in the 50,000 range. We're getting close to where we need to be. And I do appreciate everything in your consideration, what you've done in the past. And if we can make this happen or give it some pretty good consideration, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you.
Anybody else have anything they'd like to add?
No, but there's someone else.
You,
Ed Lefevre, I live on 19 Keystone Drive. Maybe this is a premature question. What does the mayor and council have in mind for this?
we're truly open mind. We want to hear what the people need, what they want.
I think first off, like we were mentioning to the radios, I think that's a given.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
that's one thing. The radios for one, that's a given. It has to happen.
So we're not going to hear exactly what the mayor and the council have in mind for the funds. We're not going to hear their suggestions.
probably not today.
Pardon me.
This is the first hearing. This is not today.
Okay. No, my suggestion would be spend the money on roads in Menneson.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anybody else have anything? In which case, I think we can adjourn. Thank you very much. I appreciate everybody's participation.